Hello, fellow fans of Faerun, and welcome back to Neverwinter Nights, the core campaign. Alright, last time we started infiltrating the Creator Race ruins that were south of Fort Ilkerd. Today, I am going to continue that, and we're going to have a little bit of time travel shenanigans. So, alright, let's go ahead and grab that. Now, between each of these doors is one of the locks to the vault, and those are guarded by nearly indestructible guardians. And to get rid of the guardians, we are going to have to go back in time and get their creators to make them actually harmable. There is a bunch of undead over here that I just want to hit with a fireball because they are jerks. Okay, as these round the corner, I'm just going to try and bash them. I've got my shield out because these guys can hit pretty good. Nope, the Revenant is near death, so we'll bash on him a bit more. Okay, got the skeleton down. I'm not super worried about the warrior mummy. I think I'm more worried about the skeleton chieftain. There we go. Okay. Okay, so there are a number of chests in here, so let's go ahead and loot those before proceeding. All the wondrous items that will be turned into gold. Let's just go ahead and knock. It sounds like I only got one of the chests. Okay, not so helpful. Alright, now, with that, we were given this item, and I am going to have to reduce my strength to put on this translation amulet so I can understand what people in the past are saying. And I forgot there was a trap there. I guess this symbol here is like the ones outside, so it can be helpful, but let's go back in time. Okay, and with that, an old one commander is coming after me. You're not undead, so I can vampiric strike you. Alright, so if I want to return back to the present, I just have to use the time crystal on the sundial again. But before that, we're going to take on the door locks and see how they're preparing. Oh, there's a secondary time crystal. And another translation amulet that I don't really need. Alright, so as the Wild Mage Saphira told us, we're not allowed to bring back any items of power, but we are allowed to take everything else. So we're just going to loot everything still and screw the timeline. Ooh, magic ring. It is a ring of elemental resistance. Excellent. We can get rid of at least one of those. Okay, and with that, this is the first area. Now, here is the slave worker. You can go through the area to make this conversation easier, but just in the spirit of trying to get this done as quickly as possible, I'm just going to talk to him now.
Hello.
You cannot be here. If the mistress catches an escaped slave in Golem Room, they will kill us both. I want to ask you some questions. I will tell you what I can, but then you must go. I cannot risk you being caught here. I'm searching for one of the words of power. Now, I think it's, what is the place you're building? The mistresses are forcing us to build a great vault. When finished, it will be protected by magical wards of smoke, light, and sound, as well as golem guardians I am working on. What can you tell me about these golem guardians? When complete, the vault will be protected by 3 indestructible golems, immune to all physical and magical attacks. My task is to complete the creation of one of these golems. Is there any way I could convince you not to finish building the golem? If I do not complete the golem, the mistress will torture me until I beg for death, and then they will grant it to me in gruesome fashion. I could free you from your enslavement. Where would I go? The lizard people rule the entire world. I would be a fugitive forever on the run, knowing a horrible fate awaits if I am captured. I am a high-ranking privileged slave. I am given private quarters and bountiful food. I am allowed to choose a mate, and I am rarely beaten. Your offer is nothing compared to that. Please, if you help me, it will strike a great blow against the tyranny of the creator race that has enslaved you. There is something strange about you. You seem more than an escaped slave. Perhaps you speak the truth. If I aid you, I am taking a terrible risk, but it would be worth it if you could truly strike a blow against the mistress. If I do not build the golem, the masters will know I have aided you. But it might be possible for me to construct the golem with a single subtle flaw they will not detect. This will give the golem one fatal vulnerability. I can only introduce one flaw. Any more, and the mistresses will surely notice. Should I make the golem vulnerable to fire, cold, blunt weapons, or slashing and piercing weapons? Slashing and piercing, please. I shall do as you have asked. However, my change will only affect the golem I am working on. There are other golems, but you would have to speak to the slaves building them, or they will be invulnerable. Now, please go, before the mistress sees you here. Okay, so we've got one golem that we can destroy. And now I'm going to go ruin the day of the creator race. If I remember correctly, there are a bunch of priestesses in here, as well as the summoned dire spider.
You will regret that.
Okay. Let's take on the spider real quick, and then we'll get right into this room. I believe this is the room of colors, or light. Okay, so there's a shaman, and I am hurting bad, so let's close this door. See what I have in the way of potions. Nothing superb. Alright, that should be enough though. Okay, so the sorcerer is only shooting me with fire, which doesn't hurt too much. That acid hurts, though. And that strength drain hurts a lot more. Okay, we are getting out of here. Go ahead and get this potion of lesser. Go ahead and heal myself. Alright, now I'm gonna go beat on a evoker. Come here. That's right, your stone skin doesn't stop my +5 dagger. translation amulet. So that's the thing with the translation amulets. If I didn't have it on, I couldn't talk to the golem slaves because they don't speak common. Okay, and these are descriptions on how the defenses work. We don't really need those at the moment. And there's a top, which I have never found the use for, so I'm just going to leave it in there. One more knock. Alright. Go ahead and check out this chest. There is an amulet of power. Amulet of turn to gold, basically. Okay, and just a couple more things to check out. Necklace of prayer beads. Looks like a translation amulet to me. Alright, last chest. And that has a potion of heal. That is great. Potions of heal bring you back up to full hit points. I think they also restore you a little bit, but I'm going to save every single one of those I find. I'm going to need them for the last fight in the game. So, alright, so that was pretty easy. And now we see more old ones. Okay, I want to be as close to the wizard as possible so that I can try and attack him. Alright. Now it's too much. I'll let the wizard continue preparing his spells, and let's close this door.
You will regret that.
Okay.
You will regret that.
You got behind the door like a jerk. Doesn't look like the wizard's coming after me just yet, so we'll just leave that well enough alone. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm going to move to the Angry Soul. Get out of that. And hopefully I'll be able to get the special ability of my weapon to go off, which will, I think, stun him. And that sucks because he has confused me. Which means I can do nothing while he barrages me with spells. Especially spells that don't hurt. There we go. Alright, I am hurting pretty bad, so let's get back down to the dagger.
We won't both walk away from this.
I said the dagger, please. Well, I guess that works. Put leech... No, I'm still confused. That's why. Okay, confusion over. So yeah, that's the good thing about being confused, at least. You do have a chance to attack the enemy. Whether or not you do, that's purely up to chance. And a silver necklace. Okay. Couple more chests in this area. Alright, so That looks like a very difficult enemy. So let's come to that after I finish everything else up. Alright, I think I'm going to do one more room, or talk to one more of the golem creators, and then call it an episode. So let me go ahead and toss the room real quick. And then next episode I'll finish up the stuff in the past and go back to the future. Okay, just one more chest after this, and then I'm going to speed through this slave's messages. He says the exact same thing as the last guy does, so I'm just going to go through this pretty quick. So, watch if you'd like.
Well met.
Who are you? Tell me about this vault and these golems. What can you tell me about these golems? Is there any way I could convince you to not finish them? I can free you. And make them vulnerable to slashing and piercing weapons. I shall do as you have asked. However, my change will only affect this golem. Yeah, okay. Now please go, before the mistresses see you here. Alright, with that, I have made 2 of the golem guardians vulnerable, so when I come back next time, we will make the 3rd one vulnerable, finish up everything in the past, and then head back to the present. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.